My name is John Monson. I'm originally from Ireland, but lived for quite a number of years in England, where I took part in a lot of vintage and historic racing, from single-seaters from the 50s all the way up to 70s Formula One cars. I was looking for a lockdown project for a while, and David Ferguson called me to say that he'd found an E-Type fixed-head coupe that had been dismantled and was sitting in a shed for about 25 years in Northern California. The car is a 1962 fixed head, original Series 1 3.8. It's after the flat floor cars, which is good news because I'm 6 foot tall and the flat floor cars are not really useful for people of an average height. The car actually left the factory in September 1962 and was exported directly to New York. All of the work was done by David Ferguson and his team at Images Auto Body in Campbell, California. It was never meant to be a show car. I'm not a fan of trailer queens. Being an original 1962 car, it's steel-bodied, apart from the bonnet, which is alloy. I had that made with the twin headlights as an homage to the early 1960s low-drag coupes. The engine was totally stripped down and rebuilt. It's got a lightened flywheel and a high torque starter. It's got a wider angle head, 3 SU carbs, breathing through extra breathers, and an Eagle style surge tank. And it's got a full alloy cooling system with an extra fan. For additional reliability, we also changed out the legendary Lucas distributor for an electronic system. Turning to the running gear, we strengthened the picture frame. We also put coilover shocks at the front and adjustable shocks at the back. We upgraded all the brakes, as the original Jaguar E-Type brakes were always known to be not very effective. From the very outset, we decided to paint the car in an original E-Type color, which is Opalescent Gray. And so very soon the car was known as the Gray Goose. As the build progressed, I began to get into conversations with my hospital's cancer foundation and began to think that perhaps we could do something to raise some funds. Also, this year was going to be my eldest son's 40th birthday, so it seemed sensible that we could do two things at the same time. The plan was to drive the car cross country. I would fly to San Francisco and meet Sam there, and we would drive from Campbell, California to my home in Orlando, Florida, taking the southern route. David Ferguson always likes to put about 1,000 miles on his new-built cars to thoroughly debug them. Unfortunately, because of various logistic issues, not the least of which was registering a Florida car in California, that proved very difficult. When we actually started the journey, the car only had 100 miles since its build. The full journey was 3,613 miles. Amazingly, the car didn't miss a beat the entire time. And overall, the car is extremely nimble to drive and a pleasure on the move.